Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining the webinar for the Firelight Alarms and Swift Wireless Solutions. First of all, we at Honeywell, we hope that you are you're well and healthy and safeguarded from this pandemic situation. Hopefully, we'll overpass all this inconvenience in the following year. In the meanwhile, just stay safe. My name is Adrian Galindez. I'm the territory manager for Honeywell Commercial Fire for all Florida exports and the Caribbean. If during this presentation, if you need to ask any questions, please send it to the chat available on the platform, and we can review at the end. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna be providing an introduction to the new Endurance Series addressable fire alarm control panels. During this introduction, I will outline the new features and functionalities that it offers, as well as the new communicators. We will also we'll be looking at the 365 series line of detection and its accessories. There's also going to be a quick review of the tools and the resources that are being offered to help you sell and understand better the new products in the Firelight portfolio. So we will begin to review and discuss the new Endurance Series addressable fire alarm control panels. Before we start, I just wanted you to know that we do perform a market research process that helps us understand and define the next generation of products. So based on some customer feedback that we received from the previous panels, we can in this slide you can see the responses that we got through a questionnaire asking our customers to select their top 3 new features that they wanted to see in this new panel. So as you can see, most of the customers said that they wanted an addressable multi-criteria detector, and on a 56%, on a 47%, they wanted a feature that would be able for them to upload and download flash firmware from a USB thumb drive, and that 38% wanted addressable sounder bases. So those features were considered when we came out with this new last generation of panels. Later in the presentation, I will show you how we look further to develop an additional market research to be able to continue driving our next generation of products. So here they are. The new Endurance series consists of the ES50X, as you can see on your left, on your left side, the ES200X addressable fire alarm control panel that you see in the middle, and the ES1000X. This panel is currently under development, but we are hoping to release it within the next year, maybe after the first quarter. Okay. We also have on your right the new cellular communicators, which they offer more options, and the new ANN 100 annunciator has an 18-character display and meets the requirements, the industry requirements. So on this slide, we've outlined the direct replacements for the legacy model. So this is a very important slide to have on hand, so you can see which new model is replacing the previous legacy model. Okay, so just to quick review this, so you can see the ES50X is a 50-point system that's replacing the previous MS 9050UD. Okay, and the ES200X is a 198-point system it's replacing the MS 9200 UDLS models. Okay, so please note that until the ES1000X is released, The MS9600 UDLS will remain in the market. It's still available to purchase. So until we come up with that new model, you can still purchase that previous legacy MS9600 UDLS. Okay. In addition to the new panels, the new ANN100 LCD remote annunciator has, like I said before, has a 4-line by 20 character display for a total of 80 characters. We have also outlined that we now offer the SD355CO multi-criteria detector, and it's based the BS200S intelligent sounder base and the B200S LF intelligent sounder base with a low frequency, which they're both offered in white and ivory colors. Okay, so benefits. There are several key improvements from the prior generation of panels. There's the installation time saving with the 4 programmable buttons on all panels that allow you to automate and routine tasks. There's the convenient firmware upgrade and the panel programming that can be done through the any modern day USB flash drives. Just simply program the panel on your computer with our software that we provide for free. You download it to a USB drive before even going to the job site, and you can upload it right on the panel. So you can have your panel, once you're on the job site, you already have your panel configured. So that's a lot of time saving on the install side. Regarding the firmware upgrades, they're done in a very similar fashion way. We highly recommend you that you keep your panel up to date with the latest firmware release, so that that firmware can be found on our firelite.com website. The new panels they can meet up the incoming codes with the in multi-criteria detectors. So the SD355CO is the same detector for those who are familiar with the Silent Night addressable detector SK Fire CO. Okay, so in this chart, we're going to be looking at some feature comparisons. So basically, in comparison to the MS9050UD and the MS9200 UDLS, Firelite has added some enhancements based upon the request of our customers, of course. Aside from the additional software zones, there has been an increased amps in the power supply and greater support on the remote annunciators on the ES50X. So one of the most thought of features from our customer has been including the support for the multi-criteria combination smoke and CO detector with a programmable response. A lot of customers have also requested a built-in Class A capability for all 4 NACs, which has been included in the ES panel. So there's some additional enhancements that you can read on the left side of the slide, and we'll provide this presentation for you to review. So I'm not going to go through that right now. Let's continue and let's look at this competitive comparison. From the marketing perspective, we constantly maintain a pulse on the marketplace, and we do evaluate the competition to ensure that our products are differentiated. So the new ES50X and the ES200X panels, they provide more features than the competition, including the integrated wireless detection known as SWIFT, that we're going to talk about that on the following pages. We're including the 4 programmable buttons, the fully integrated communication that offers the flexibility at the time of the install. And when we come out with the ES1000X, it will cover 954 points. So that's going to be a panel that is going to be, for larger opportunities or projects. Okay, this new features absolutely make Firelite a very strong product line in the marketplace, so we can maintain a leadership position in the fire category through wholesale distribution. One of the many benefits of the Endurance series are the new communicators that offer greater flexibility, including the Cell CAB-FL and the Cell MOD, as mentioned earlier. The Cell CAB, as you can see on your right side, the bigger unit is a metal enclosure with a lock and a key, and the other one is basically a small plastic enclosure. So unlike the previous IP GSM 4G that can only be installed up to 2,000 feet away, both of these new options can be installed up to 6,000 feet away from the new panels, depending on the infrastructure. So they do meet the UL 864 and NFPA 72 codes of compliance for sole, primary, or backup communications. We have seen a lot of strong adoption for the Cell MOD due to its size, lightweight, and it's very easy to install. And for jurisdictions that require a metal enclosure, we're pleased to also offer the one on your right side, the metal enclosure one. So please note that these new cellular communicators only work with the ES50X and the ES200X. They do not work with the older MS9050UD or MS90-200 UDLS panels. So these will only work with the new Endurance panels that we have been looking at. Okay, so also Firelite is offering a new line of detectors and bases that are known as the 365 series, which I will also talk through in the next section. So as you can see, here they are. All these new detectors, they are compatible with the MS9200 UDLS and the MS9600 UDLS, also with the new ones, the ES50X and the ES200X fire alarm control panels. Okay, so they're compatible with all of those. The 365 series addressable detectors, they are designed to detect more types of motor fires while preventing more false alarms. So there's an upgraded technology within. The new design, as you can see, it's a completely new design. It's easier to clean and to test, and it's now offered in more colors for greater choice and different applications. They are all backward compatible with the existing B210 LP base installations, preventing the need to rewire and do retrofits. So they also meet all the agency listings. Okay. Here's another important chart to have on hand. So basically, these new 365 series of addressable line detectors, they offer the backward compatibility with all the Firelite addressable control panels, depending on the model of the detector. Okay, so if you can see, if they're replacing they replace the 355 series, and both the smoke and the heat versions will be also offered in white and ivory colors, providing more variety of colors for the customers on their specific aesthetics needs for each customer. Okay, so these new detectors, they do offer more modern appearance with an obstructive icons on the detector head to indicate if it's a remote test capable or is it a heat detector. The marketplace transition is taking place through the rest of the year. We're almost at the end of the year now, so we should be transitioning to this new SD365s, because the 355s will no longer be available in 2021. For the new 365 series, based on the customer demand, we will be offering all versions of the photo and the heat detectors, both in white and ivory colors. Okay, so this is a very important thing to just note or write down, or keep reminding yourself that only the ivory version will support both clip and light speed loop protocols for the new and the legacy panel. So only when I say the ivory version is any part number that ends with the IV, as you can see on the chart. So that stands for ivory color, and only that specific part number is the one that will talk both protocols for either the new endurance panels or the legacy panels. Okay. So as an example, if you have a panel using only clip protocol, you must purchase the ivory 365 series. Okay. However, if you're using a light speed protocol, then you can choose either either color of the 365 series detector. In addition to the detectors, we also came out with new base models number that you should be aware of. So all the new detectors will ship with Firelite, will ship with the standard 6-inch base. Okay. But we also offer the replacement base called the B300-6, which is sold both individually or in bulk pack of 10 units. We also have to offer specialty bases in white and ivory, including the 4-inch base, the addressable sounder base, the addressable low frequency sounder base, standard sounder bases. We'll have a whole bunch of variety there. So the existing model numbers for the legacy bases that you're familiar with have now been replaced by color-specific models numbers to indicate if a model is either white or ivory. For example, let's put an example. The old B501 base has now been replaced by the B501-IV, which is the exact part number, but just adding the IV at the end. So indicating that this is now ivory. In addition, there's also now the B501-white, indicating that this part number comes in white and not ivory. So you gotta be very, very careful with that. You don't want to have some detectors being ivory and the base is white, or vice versa, because it's gonna look it's not gonna look good. So again, the WH for the B200 and the B224 series of bases indicate the color white, and the IV is for ivory. So keep in mind that all the new detectors will ship with the 6-inch base. Okay. All right. So let's look at some additional offers. We got the color kits and trim rings in white, in ivory, and black. The color kits, the CK300s, are sold in packs of 10. They include the trim rings. These color kits allow the flexibility in the field to change the head cover to another color of choice. You just clip on the existing detector. So if after the fact you want to change the colors for any retrofit or remodeling, you have also this feature to change the colors after the fact. Okay, so following the launch of the detectors, as I mentioned in the previous slides, we'll be introducing specialty addressable detectors during the year, the rest of the year, and of course on 2021. So the detectors will include fire CO, photo CO, CO, and PTIR detectors. Okay, so there's a quick explanation here of the differences between these addressable specialty detectors and their sensing technologies. Okay, so you can see the Fire-CO is a fire smoke detector that will detect high heat and carbon monoxide. Okay, the Photo/CO, it's a photoelectric smoke detector that will detect large particles of typical of smoky, smoldering fires and carbon monoxide. CO, of course, is that's an easy one. That's for the carbon monoxide detectors. And the PTIR, it stands for the Photo Thermal Infrared Multi-Criteria Detector. So that's a pretty complete and robust detector there. A further enhancement on the SD365 CO will allow for a 10-year CO cell life for all 3 CO detectors. So that's important to stand that as well. Now, we're going to look at some tools and resources that we have available for you. So to support this launch of the new addressable control panels and the 365 series detectors and cellular communicators and multi-criteria detectors, we have updated all the tools to help you in the field, okay? We on our website, as you can see on firelite.com, we have, of course, the PS tools that has been refreshing. I think you already will be familiar with the PS tools. It has been refreshing, and it's now called FS tools. Okay, so it's the same software, but it has been enhanced. So this will support all the new Endurance series panels and can be installed on Windows 10. Okay, we have the Light Configurator 3.1, which allows easy configuration of the panel. We have also the battery calculators that include both the old and the new as well. For those that are looking to spec jobs, engineering specs, and all the CAD and BIM files are available on our website. So I'll strongly suggest you take your time and visit firelite.com to see all the resources that are available for you, and I'm pretty sure they're going to come in handy. Also, marketing materials have been now updated with new design, outlining the features and benefits that I've been talking about of the product line. Do make sure that take your time to visit the website and download all the new sell sheets of the product that you're interested in. All the family brochures have been completely refreshed. Okay. This new advertising has been created from scratch, and you will be seeing these new advertisements in the industry publications. We have been currently have been paused all our expos and showcases, but as soon as we get within next year, we're going to be starting new campaigns to do some demonstrations and show on first hand all the new offerings that we have been looking at. All right. So Firelite looks to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to add some functionalities based on the customer feedback, like I told you in the first slides. Starting this year, starting the new year, the 2021, the Fire panels will be shipped with a page encouraging customers to sign up and be a part of this market research. It's very important for us to have your feedback. So this will allow our marketing to send surveys to our customers and on a as needed basis to solicit feedback on our product features. Regarding pricing. What's your opinion about pricing, quality, what future features you want to look into the panel, and etc. So based on this feedback, we're going to be pushing out new updates based on your opinions. Again, this is a very excellent opportunity for customers to have their voice heard. Feel free to encourage as well as your customers to sign up for the portal, so they keep updated with all the features of the product line. Finally, we would like to introduce the Firelite advertising that you may have already seen in the recent industry publications, featuring the headline that is "Life is not predictable." So, Firelite is. This advertising is an introduction to the Endurance series, building up of the simplicity to program, yet always providing a reliable performance. This brand was originally introduced in 1952 and continues to evolve and endure. So at this point, we're going to be talking about uh, Swift. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's get started with Swift. So this is the agenda. We're going to look into what is Swift. We'll do a product overview. We're going to look at the system specs, what target applications, a couple of success stories, and also the resources and documentation is available. Okay. So basically, what is Swift? Swift provides a solution where traditional fire solutions may seem inadequate. For example, when you have to drill through a concrete wall to run, when there's no way to drill through a concrete wall to run wires, when it becomes hazardous because there's like asbestos present. What is important to stand out is Swift systems detect fire just like a wired system, and the provided installation flexibility that it offers without the need of wires. So there's a lot of time saving because there's no wiring, there's no conduit to be placed. So it supports a variety of device options, including the photoelectric, photothermal, fixed heat and rate of rise heat detectors. We have the pull stations. We have the AB bases, the relay monitors, sync modules that we'll be looking at in the further slides. Also, both wired and wireless devices can be present on the same fire panel, providing like an integrated wired-wireless hybrid solution for increased installation potential. Plus, unlike other wireless systems, this system is based on a true mesh network that provides multiple paths of communication for each one of the devices. So this will increase the reliability of the overall system design, ensuring a secure and robust solution. So in this slide, you can have a better example of what's the Swift potential. So we offer a dependable detection in an easy integrated format that provides a secure communication to the fire alarm control panel across a Class A mesh network. Now, the Swift devices, you can see on this slide, you can see on your left, there's the regular or conventional wired environment, and on your right, on the center, there's the fire panel, and on your right, there's the Swift environment. So as you can see on the right side, Swift devices, all those Swift devices have the bi-directional communications for the reliable data transitions while using the frequency hopping to prevent system interference. So is there any system interference between one and another, they'll reroute that signal through another device, okay? The both wired and wireless devices can be present at the same fire alarm control panel, providing this integrated feature for more installation potential. You can use Swift as adding to an existing panel or setting up with one of our new endurance panels, depending upon your installation plans. First, a gateway is installed. You can see the gateway on the right side of the panel. A gateway is installed hardwired to the control panel for communications between the wireless devices and the panel, and then install the wireless devices, smoke detector, heat detectors, and module. So you can see here that the communication is established between the gateway and the nearby devices, and the communication is also established from device to device as a Class A mesh network. So it creates a system like a child-parent relationship, so that each device has at least two parents providing a second redundant path for communication and an environment that changes and interferes with the wireless system. What is very particular with Swift is that the system will automatically self-heal and create a new path for redundant communication. So, like I said, if there's any interference, the system will automatically self-heal and find new paths of communication of the device. Swift is also available as an optional programming tool. Swift Tools is also available as an optional programming tool for the site evaluations. But we, at this point, we strongly encourage that you purchase the site evaluation USB dongle and a couple of sensors, so you can able to do a site survey before offering the project to ensure the design will meet the requirements. Here we have the product portfolio. So basically, you have the existing line that came up with initially. You have the gateway. You have the photo smokes. You have the heat detectors, the monitor modules, the relay modules. This is this dongle you can see right here is the USB that you can use for site service, okay, on your computer. We have the display driver, annunciators, and we also came up with some additions that you can see below, which are the AV bases. They come in white and red. We have the pull stations. We also have the ones that say that are like Spanish, English, and the sync modules. So to review a little bit about gateways, there, like I said, they are the bridge of communication between the wire and the wireless. Okay, they're going to be powered by the SLC or external power supply, 24 volts. Each mesh requires one gateway, and we have the Hall activation sensor feature for long areas. We have the monitor and relay modules. These come with 4 CR123A batteries. They're included. They're not in the unit. They will come separately within the same box. We have at least a life expectancy of 2 years for that battery life for that unit. We do strongly recommend you use the plastic SMB 500-WH 4-inch box surface mount, because you don't want to use a metal mounting box on this devices, because it's going to cause interference. So it's more than recommended. It's strongly enforced for you to use plastic surface mounts. Okay, and these are basically used to monitor any open contact, a conventional pull station, water flow type of things, etc. Detectors. The detectors, the basic operation is identical to the wired version. You know, the one that makes the alarm decision is the panel. They also come with a 4 CR123A batteries. We have the 2-year life expectancy, and the 4-inch base is included for the Firelite and the Silent Night. And also the magnet. And the base is included for tamper monitoring. So we also came up with the pull stations. As you can see, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with, they pretty look and feel the same as the wire one. So if you see a Swift pull station on a wall, you cannot tell the difference by looking at it. Okay. They also come with the 4 CR123A batteries. We do also have the 2 life-year expectancy. There's a battery cartridge that it's very convenient to use, because it's very easy to put the batteries on the cartridge and then place them in the device. It'll save time. It's a very recommended practice. Okay, we have the multilingual version for Firelite that comes in English and Spanish. We have integrated LED to display status, so you know it's working, it's online. Integrates with the mesh, same as other wireless devices. That it has the seamless integration with Swift, and occupies one module address and one wireless point on the mesh. So we have addressable AV bases. We have the two models of white and red. Uses ceiling L series notification appliances. Okay, the horn strobes you're familiar with, chime strobes and strobes. Now these they come with 8 CR123A batteries. They're included within the box, not inside the unit. They're compatible also with the battery cartridge. So the difference here is that 4 batteries will be for the radio functionality that we have a 2-year life expectation of operation, and 4 batteries for the UV measured in alarm time. So those are the alarm times that will give the 4 AV batteries on those devices. They also integrate with a mesh, same as other wireless devices. You have the seamless integration with Swift, and now these, they occupy 2 module addresses, but only 1 wireless point on the mesh. Sync modules, they provide the wireless interface to the wire and NAC solution. So the sync module outputs as a master synchronization signal, optional to the control output and monitor input. Okay. One sync module can drive up to 4 power supplies, okay, or a 4 MD L3R-W with a sync pattern. They all also powered by 24 volts. You can use it to activate multiple pointer zones, 4 backup battery for the radio wireless repeater function, also 2-year life expectancy. They support all the system sensor, AV, Spectral, L series sync protocols. They integrate the mesh the same as other wireless devices. They have also the seamless integration with Swift, and they occupy 2 modules addresses, but only 1 wireless point on the mesh. Now, this is a very important part on the system specifications, because we can go up to 4 gateways per installation per site. So you can't have more than 4 gateways at once. Okay, and you must perform the parts 1 and 2 of the Firelite survey to ensure that this design is the right solution for your customer. And you want to make sure that there's not going to be interference. Maybe having you don't know, but there's a Swift system on the building nearby that may be causing interference. So we must perform the site service even before calling the customer. That's our recommendation. So it's only up to 4 overlapping networks in the same radio frequency space. Okay, so when performing the site survey, you must check on the communicator to learn if there are other gateways nearby. Okay, it's a very safe practice. It's not very common, but we've seen it happen before, so it's strongly recommended. And it's up to 49 devices per mesh. So it's 50 including the gateway, but it's up to 49 devices per mesh. So you have 4 meshes and 45 per mesh. Okay. We have we have compliance with all these listings. UL, Factory Mutual, has been CSFM approved and FDNY approved as well. So here's a pretty quick system overview. We have the gateways, how many wireless points they will take from the mesh, and how many addresses will take from the SLC. Okay, so this is you can see down here the total wireless capacity for 4 gateways for 49 devices. It's a total of 196 points in total for devices, excluding the gateways. Target applications. Well, basically installations where wire is unwanted or unfeasible. You want to preserve an historical building, a museum, a
government building that has a very historical integrity. So there's no way to wire, drill, do a hole in the wall, put conduit, and you can maintain the visual aesthetics. So Swift would be the perfect choice for that. Also, you can use it for time critical installations. So if you have a project that has a tight deadline, you need to finish ASAP, you're going to save a lot of time going with Swift. A lot of I'm going to say money on labor. So you will minimize the time invested on installation and mitigate also the labor cost. So you will execute in very short deadlines instead of going all wired and all wired devices. You can also, as well as for retrofits and expansion of existing installation, as I said earlier, you can do a hybrid. So if you already have a customer that has a regular Firelite panel, and then it's expanding, it's adding another room, it's doing a renovation, you can use Swift for that as well. Also for temporary installation, some potential customers that are they're undergoing construction. This is a great way to put the system in place so it can detect any fires on undergoing construction. So we know there's a construction that take a lot of time. So having the premises protected while the construction is finished, it's a very intelligent way to go. We have a success story. So as you can see in the picture, we had a colonial era type of retrofit building that was retrofitted as a lecture hall. So it was going to be used for mixed uses for space and classrooms. There were major challenges. So all the existing wire system was failing. They needed to come up to code with the renovation, and there was the historical value to preserve. So what was the perfect solution? There's Swift. They had to install 3 gateways to support the smoke detection, pull stations, and monitor modules that ended up as a saving to the owners. Here you can see, I'm not going to go into much detail here, but you can see there's an important price difference between the Swift and the wireless solution. But then again, if you consider all the installation labor, time, and issues, Swift is going to be a lot lower than going wired. And at the end of the day, the end of total cost of ownership is going to always be cheaper because you're mitigating that installation and all that labor and wire and conduit that needs to take place. So in this case, for this success story, it was about $70,000 in savings just by going Swift. So with Swift, we have a lot of resources available as well. So we have the quick start guides, instruction manuals, engineering specs, drawing, data sheets, you name it, okay? You can either go to Firelite, go to Silent Night. Also, I'm going to provide you an email for our pre-sales engineer, just in case you have any technical questions that we need to help you with. I'll provide that later on. Next slide. It's important to stand out that Swift is available for Notifier, it's available for Firelite, and it's available for Silent Night. Now, please note that you cannot use a Silent Night Swift on a Notifier or a Notifier Swift in a Firelite Swift. So you cannot mix Swift solutions. Each Swift solution has to go with the brand. So if you're doing a Notifier project, it's a different part number. So you have to buy Swift for Notifier and so on. So just please keep that in mind. So I'm gonna look into the questions now. I'm gonna put this page on so you can either take a picture or take notes of the contact information for us. So basically, I'm the first one there. You listed. I'm based in South Florida, and that's my phone number, my email. We also have Orlando Mercado, which he's the territory manager for the Western Caribbean. There's his phone number, and there's his email. And we also have the contact for a pre-sales engineer, Rafael Ruiz, which is located in Bogotá, and he helps us and is capable to help you with any technical questions or anything related to an opportunity you may have. Okay, Camila, this is the end of the presentation. So thank you again for the opportunity, and I hope this overview helps you understand a little bit better about the feature, benefits, and capabilities of Firelite and Swift. And please don't hesitate to contact us if you need any support.